in Pakistan or Afghanistan or other countries or in Arab countries, or what to talk of killing non-Muslims in US or in Britain or in the European countries. Whole of this phenomena, of this mindset, this thought, these ideas, this theology, this ideology, this philosophy behind this mindset is totally against Quran and Sunnah of the Holy Prophet, and totally against the teachings of Islam, and totally against the unanimous classical interpretations of Islam throughout 1400 years. Non-combatants were never allowed to be killed. Holy Prophet ﷺ used to give a categorical instruction that don't attack the people even if they are in the war, regular warfare during night, when the civilian population is sleeping, their children are sleeping, they have sick people, they are sleeping. Just wait till morning, declare that there's going to be a warfare in defense even. We will come to the kinds of the warfare afterwards. So even if you are fighting a defensive war, war against aggression, war against oppression, where we declare that this war was just war, a lawful war, according to the UNO resolutions, there is no difference as far as I have studied throughout my life as a humble student of Islamic law. I have not found a single minor difference on interpretation of the concept of warfare given by Islam and given by the UNO resolutions, Charter and Security Council resolutions. The only difference is of the terminology. When we go to the Islam, it is used the Arabic terminology of jihad, one aspect of jihad, and qital. When you come here, we say warfare or war. But the same concept of just warfare, with the fulfillment of specific conditions, we will come to that point later on. So the same thing was done. And again, the prisoners of war are not allowed to be killed. And a person who runs away, he is not allowed to be killed. And a very famous practice and conduct of Holy Prophet ﷺ regarding establishing the peace and forgiving the enemies is that it is quoted in, again, Sahih Muslim, in the chapter of the conquest of Makkah. When Holy Prophet entered the Makkah, he said, "Man dakhala dar Abi Sufyan fahuwa aminun, wa man alqa as-salah fahuwa aminun, wa man aghlaqa babahu fahuwa aminun." Whoever enters Abu Sufyan's house, he was the leader of the Meccans, non-believers, disbelievers. He was their leader. He said, since they surrendered, the Mecca was conquered. He said, any person who enters his house, he would be safe. Whoever lays down his weapons, disarms himself, he would be safe. Whoever shuts his door and gives a message of peace to the Muslim army, he would be safe. Without any written agreement. Just we need a message that he wants peace. And he is no more fighting or attacking on us, our people. That's it. The peace would be guaranteed to him. So this is what Islam says and what Prophet of Islam has declared. Now, a very significant thing which was asked by a respected professor, me to throw some light on it, that I declared in my edict that these terrorists of today, they are this thought, this theology and their action, this is a continuity of Kharijites. So this is a Kharijite ideology. It has nothing to do with Islamic ideology. So who are the Kharijites? In Arabic we say Khawarij, Kharijites. There was a group of people who appeared in the days of Sayyidina Ali, the fourth guided caliph. And they turned against him. They were the first people, in fact, who were involved in killing of the third caliph, Sayyidina Uthman. Then they joined the army of Sayyidina Ali, and then they left him, they turned against him, they took up the arms, and the first group armed people who raised the Islamic slogan, La hukma illa lillah. We want Islamic order on this earth. So this was their slogan, and same is the slogan of the today's so-called Islamists or so-called terrorists. They say, we don't want democracy. Everything is kufr. We don't want this and that. The rulers Muslim rulers are even kafir. We want rule of law. This was the first slogan raised by the Kharijites when they left the army of Sayyidina Ali. La hukma illa lillah. We want the rule of law on the land. And they declared Sayyidina Ali as kafir, the fourth guided caliph. And the companions of Prophet were declared by Kharijites as disbelievers. And number three, they declared a war against them. killing them is not only lawful, it is obligatory on us. The same theology, philosophy, ideology, mentality is continuing. Let me quote a few words of the famous hadith. I have written a full book on the subject, Al-Intibah fil Khawarij wal Harura. I have compiled all relevant ahadith, about 100 ahadith, from Siyasitta and other books on the subject of Kharijites and their signs. Separate book is available. Holy Prophet said, and it is related in Sahih Bukhari by Imam Bukhari and Muslim and Abu Dawud and Tirmizi, so but Jama'ah of Ashab Sitta. Holy Prophet said, يَخْرُجُ فِي هَذِهِ الْأُمَّةِ. It is related by Abu Sa'id Khudri radiyallahu ta'ala, a famous companion, and he says, then Abu Sa'id Khudri interprets the word يَخْرُجُ فِي هَذِهِ الْأُمَّةِ, that there shall appear a folk in this ummah. Abu Sa'id Khudri said that Holy Prophet did not say وَلَمْ يَقُلْ مِنْهَا. He didn't say that amongst my ummah. There is a very juristic wisdom being explained by Abu Sa'id Khudri. He said, Holy Prophet didn't say that they would be from my ummah. He said, this group will appear in my ummah. He said, it means that Holy Prophet gave us a message that they will announce or declare or proclaim to be in my ummah, but they won't be in my ummah. This is the interpretation by Abu Sa'id Khudri of the words of Holy Prophet. قوم تحقرون صلاتكم مع صلاتهم يقرؤون القرآن لا يجاوز حناجرهم وحلوقهم يمرقون من الدين مروق السهم من الرمية. There shall appear a folk in this ummah. And he did not say from it. Then he said they will read Quran. He talks, Holy Prophet explained their extreme religiosity. They would be extremely religious in their slogans, in their talk, in their speeches, in their practice, up in their appearance, their bulky beards and everything, having turbans and all these things. This Holy Prophet has mentioned in Hadith. I will quote the signs from Hadith just briefly. Said, and they will read prayers. And he said to companions, even you will belittle your prayers in comparison to theirs. They will fast and they will be reciting Holy Quran, and you will belittle your religious practices in comparison to theirs. But he said that the Quran and Islam shall not pass through their throats, and they shall pass away through the religion just as an arrow passes through a hunted game. They will go out of the ambit of Islam. So I have not said anything on my own. Whatever I have declared, I have just compiled the verses and text of Holy Quran and the text of Holy Prophets and interpretations given by the jurists and classical Islamic Aimma, authorities in the last 1400 years. But I have compiled them in a way which was not being done, which was required to be done a decade or 2 decades before. So Holy Prophet gave particular signs. These are very interesting. The first of them, the sign is that Holy Prophet said they will raise very popular and appealing Islamic slogans, which will be appealing to a common youth, a common Muslims. And no need to now comment on that. You can just keep on applying whatever Prophet's statements are, and you can keep on applying on the present day terrorists. I don't see a very, very bit of difference between the Kharijites of that time and the Kharijites of today. Holy Prophet said, they will seem true and appealing their slogans to a common man. يَقُولُونَ مِنْ خَيْرِ قَوْلِ الْبَرِيَّةِ. Their words would be the best of the Islamic people, just to mislead the people. And Sayyidina Ali interpreted, their words are right, but their intentions are wrong. They use these words and slogans just to mislead the people. Again comes in Sahih Muslim and Bukhari. Again, second sign which Holy Prophet ﷺ has given, there are dozens of hadiths just on this particular point. I am just quoting one in order to elaborate the concept. Again, Holy Prophet said, the second important thing is that I have already said that they would be extremely religious. And Holy Prophet ﷺ has given all details of them. They will be having very big shaven head and bulky beard, and they will have be raising the trousers up to their half legs, and they will be praying, they will be reciting, they will be giving their speeches, extremely practicing religion and very hard in there, and these kind of all their appearance, their things has been mentioned by Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, so that people may easily be misled When they see them, even Abdullah ibn Abbas and many companions, when Sayyidina Ali and Islamic army was fighting against the Kharijite terrorists, when they appeared first time in Islamic history, Kharijite terrorists, when they were fighting, Abdullah ibn Abbas was sent with some message to them. So when he saw them praying and fasting and reciting the Quran with the beard and doing all these things, so he was shaken. He came back and said that I couldn't consider these kind of men, are we going to fight with them? Then Sayyidina Ali said, Wallah, by God, I heard these words from Holy Prophet. And he said, they should be terminated like Ad and Samud. And the person who eliminates them, these terrorists, and terminates them, he would be rewarded in the day of judgment. Then he said, we became brave and we started fighting them. And the third important thing which Holy Prophet has mentioned is that they will brainwash young people. The youth would be brainwashed by them. The Kharijites will be brainwashed youth, young people. And you know, most of the age group, teenagers and 20s ages, mostly the youth, they have been brainwashed. Every single day, any terrorist or would-be terrorist who is caught, he is always brainwashed youth. And he has parroted specific verses of Quran with wrong interpretations and parroted specific traditions of the Hadith and Sunnah with wrong interpretations. He is totally brainwashed and he claims to be a mujahid. He is serving Islam, killing by whole of humanity. So Holy Prophet says, سَيَخْرُجُ قَوْمٌ فِي آخِرِ الزَّمَانِ. And this will happen in the end of the time, in the last century, and quite a long time later. He said, أَحْدَاثُ الْأَسْنَانِ صُفَحَاءُ الْأَحْلَامِ. There shall appear a folk young in age and foolish, immature mentally, and they would be young in age. They would be brainwashed for this purpose. This is a categorical statement of Holy Prophet. That's why I connect them, that these are the continuity of the Kharijite theology. Then next thing Holy Prophet ﷺ said, again this is in Bukhari, Muslim, muttafaq alayh. This hadith cannot be disputed, cannot be rejected. Again Holy Prophet said, they would appear from the east. They would appear from the east. يَخْرُجُ نَاسٌ مِنْ قِبْلِ الْمَشْرِقِ. Again it comes in Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim, muttafaq alayh. If people shall appear from the east, then remaining signs which I have already mentioned, Holy Prophet quoted those kind of signs. And then finally he said, they will pass through the religion of Islam just as an arrow passes through a hunted game, and they will never return until an arrow returns to its bowstring. It means if you want to correct them, those who are already brainwashed, those who have taken the arms, those who have become the suicide bombers and the terrorists, they will never come back. You have to fight them. And those who are would-be suicide bombers or would-be terrorists, they are accessible to them. You have to work on them to change their mindset, their theology, their ideology, the work which we are trying to do, our humble efforts. Again Holy Prophet said, don't consider that these Kharijites would appear just in the days of Sayyidina Ali, the first century of Islam or first 2 centuries of Islam. No. He said they will keep on continuing coming up again and again in all decades, all centuries, till the end.